Prior to going into captivity, I had sympathy for those who were in distress. That had changed. Now, I had a deeper empathy. Sympathy is to feel sorry for. Empathy is to know what it's like to have nothing, to know what it's like to be kicked around. That, unfortunately, is the plight of many people in the world today. We can't change the whole world, we know that, but we can enable some lives to be changed for the better. We're not telling people what to do, we're enabling people to have the tools to change themselves, if you like. But we're giving them the opportunity, and that's what it has to be. So, our vision, we keep the light alive, and we bring hope. And we can only bring hope if we have hope.
We have hope. We are YCare International, and this is YCare Live. Welcome to the third edition of YCare Live here on Friday at 11 o'clock. First Friday of every month, we'll be live here at 11 o'clock. Get it in your diaries. Come and join us next month. Share it with your friends so that we can come and update you a little bit on what's happening here at YCare International. My name's Tim. I'm the Head of Public Engagement at YCare, and delighted to be able to kind of hold this little space for us to share a little bit about what's happening in the life of YCare and how you at home can get involved, how you can share this work with the people in your community, your local church group, your YMCA. We want all of you to come and be a part of the YCare family. And we can only do that if we're keeping up to speed. So that's what YCare Live is all about. YCare is the international development agency of the YMCA family. And we continue to work on behalf of and with that YMCA family around the world, helping to tackle poverty and to help people become the very fullest versions of themselves. You heard it there from Terry Waite, our president, who kickstarts every YCare Live for us, reminding us about the importance of hope, but reminding us too that we do that work not by telling people what to do, but by getting alongside them and seeing their potential fulfilled, seeing them flourish as human beings with dignity and possibility. And that kind of work gives me hope. It's why I still do the kind of work I do and why I'm always pleased to be able to share with you at home a little bit about what's happening at YCare at the moment. Do get in touch. Let us know in the comments where you are, where you're joining us from, where you're watching along today, whether you're watching live with us here on Friday morning, or whether you are tuning in later on. We want to hear from you. This is a space in which we can share together and hear a little bit about what the YCare family is up to in all its various forms around the world. So tell us what you're up to, tell us where you're at, and perhaps tell us what gives you hope. We're people of hope, and we believe in hope, and we echo Terry's message of we can only bring hope to those who need it. We can only keep the light alive if we have hope in our own hearts and the way we live our lives. So let me know. I'd love to hear from you. What gives you hope today? It might be today's hope. It might be the whole thing that gives you hope during your whole life. Get in touch in the comments. You should be able to comment below this video on both YouTube and Facebook, and if you're watching along on Twitter, then get involved in the conversation too, and do encourage you to share this stream. You can share it right now live with your friends. Perhaps there's somebody you know who's involved in the YMCA who might be interested in what YCare's up to, and you might like to share that with them right now, or you can do it when the video's finished. Lots of exciting things going on at YCare at the moment. Shout out and a hello to two of my colleagues who are currently in Ireland, Jez and Graham, meeting with friends in the YMCA. And we look forward to hearing some more about how those conversations have gone. There were some lovely pictures on Twitter last night. And we were it was great to catch up with lots of YMCA friends and family at the YMCA England and Wales conference last month in April. Lots of exciting conversations already happening there about how we, as the International Development Agency of the YMCA, can serve our YMCA brothers and sisters here in England and Wales, and also how, when we do that, we have an impact around the world, and lots of exciting news and partnerships developing in Zimbabwe and Zambia and Sierra Leone, to name just a few, and watch this space for lots more about that. Of course, it's also important just to mention that we continue to stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Ukraine, and we're very grateful to all of you for your support for our Ukraine appeal. You can find out a little bit more about that at ycareinternational.org/Ukraine. Do take a look at that and get in touch if you'd like to support that, if you'd like to share a little bit about what YCare and the YMCA movement is doing. If you'd like to share that in your local community, get in touch with me and my team, and we can give you some resources to help you do that, as we're really pleased to be able to stand with the YMCA Europe as we continue to respond to that developing and changing situation, and continue to pray for and stand in solidarity with our global neighbours in Eastern Europe. And thank you to you for joining us today, for being part of this little conversation here at YCare Live. One of the reasons we started this little live broadcast, this is the third iteration of it, was for a chance for you all who might have heard of YCare, you might have supported YCare for many years, you might have wanted to find out a little bit more about YCare, for you to actually get a chance to meet some of the people who are involved in this movement, this organisation, some of the staff team, and some other folks as well, who will be introducing to you over the course of the next few months. Remember, Fridays, 11 o'clock, first Friday of the month. Get it in the diary. And today, I'm really pleased that we're going to have a conversation with Aimee Nott, our Head of Communications. Aimee, welcome to YCare Live.
Hello, good morning. I had to check it was still morning then, not the afternoon already. The day is going fast.
It is still morning. It might have felt like a long morning. Perhaps there's lots of things on the comms and advocacy plate this morning. But yes, it's 11:15 and we're live, and welcome to everybody tuning in. Great to have you with us, Aimee. Aimee, just tell us a little bit about what is it you do as part of the YCare team.
Yeah. So I am the head of comms and advocacy at YK International, which is really, really exciting. It means I get to do lots of fun things, from some press and talking to people about the work that YK does, through to social media and the website, lots of writing, lots of creating resources. So it's a really, really varied role, but it allows me to get to know all the different areas of the organisation and tell those stories about the organisation. So it's really, really exciting, and yeah, great to be here.
Fabulous, thank you. And perhaps people who follow YCare on social media might have already seen some of you and your team's work in communicating some of what we're up to. And if you don't yet follow YCare on social media, then just look us up, search for YCare or YCare Int, and find us on all the social media platforms. We have a little series of questions that we've introduced at YCare Live as a way to get to know you a little bit more. So are you ready for the rigorous test that is the YCare questions?
Oh, yes, I'm a bit nervous, but yes.
Awesome. Helpfully, and if you slightly twist the English language a little bit, these questions spell out why care. So we'll journey through the questions together. First one, why? Why do you do this kind of work, Aimee?
Okay. So I think I kind of touched on this a little bit, but I love doing this work because I love telling stories. I think they're really just important to us as people. Everyone's telling stories about themselves all the time. Even when someone says, "How are you?" You're choosing what to say. You're choosing what story you want to tell about your day and how you're doing. And so stories shape every single aspect of our world, in my opinion. And you can get so much out of them. It's by storytelling that we understand different people's experiences. It's how we understand the world around us. And telling stories about YMCAs across the world, about the young people in the communities impacted by YCA's International's work, is just an absolute privilege, and it's a real joy to be able to share that with people and see how our stories are all the same and all different in so many ways. So yeah, it's definitely storytelling, and stories is why I do this work.
Awesome, thank you. Good, strong answer. We love the stories that you're able to tell, and that's that one of the kind of great joys of both of our jobs, isn't it, Aimee? That we get to share great stories with you folks at home about some of the really amazing things that are happening around the world. So that's the why. Now into the care. It starts with C. Can you tell us one thing you would change in the world if you could?
I think this is a really tricky question.
Yeah,
Like, how
partly
do you
because it's only one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is a lot that I would change. I was reflecting on this earlier because I did get a sneaky peek of the questions beforehand, and earlier this week I was lucky enough to spend a little bit of time with Terry Waite, who is the president of YCare, co-founder of YCare. And we asked him a similar question. He was reflecting on actually how more harmony is what we need, and in many ways we've fallen out of harmony with the people around us, with our communities, with our planet, and absolutely with ourselves as well. We're running so fast all the time, moving at such a pace all the time. And he was just reflecting on the need to kind of get back into a harmony with ourselves, with each other, with the planet. And I was thinking, yeah, I couldn't agree more, actually. I think that's really important. So if I could change one thing, I think it would just be to help people get back into the rhythms and the harmony that would give people the space to understand each other and to breathe and to think through all the things that are affecting our world. So my hope would be that by tackling that, we could tackle some of the other much bigger issues as well at the same time.
Yeah, love that. Thank you. So yeah, stories and harmony. There's some good themes emerging here already, and certainly we could do with a little more harmony in the world. Love that. Thank you, Aimee. Courtesy Terry Waite, courtesy of Aimee, care of Aimee. Yeah. Next, the A of care. Are you motivated most by hope, fear, guilt, love, or something else?
Oh dear. I mean, a lot of the time I'm motivated by like, oh, can I have a snack? When can I have a little snack to eat?
Yes, food
Um,
should be on this list, shouldn't
yeah.
it?
I think I would like to think that I'm motivated um, by love. I think that I want that's certainly what I would aspire to be motivated. motivated by, to love other people and to love the planet and to love the work that we're trying to do. If I'm being more honest, I think there's a healthy dose of fear in there. If we don't do this work, what's going to happen? The world isn't always in a great place. I don't think it's in a great place at the moment, and I think part of that motivation is, we need to keep doing this work, and we need to keep challenging ourselves to be better and do better, because there's real consequences if we don't look climate change in the eye and do something about it. There's something really to be very fearful of there. So I think those two very different emotions probably work together a lot of the time to motivate me in the work we're doing and the actions we take.
Yeah, fab. Thank you. That's a really helpful answer, and I'm sure it's a sort of mixture of all these things at different times as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, love and fear. Let us know in the comments if you've got a different word to one of these, or you'd pick one of these as your things that you're most motivated by in your life. What kind of drives you? Drop us in the comments. And yeah, you're allowed to say snacks. That's definitely allowed. Care has an R in it. R for reading and learning, which are really important to us here at YCare. We've got a really healthy kind of learning culture, learning organisation culture. Is there something you're reading at the moment or learning about at the moment that you'd like to share with us and recommend to us here on the live stream?
Yeah, I like the the stretch links to the letters in YCare. I'm enjoying that.
Yes.
So I have been reading this book here,
Ooh.
Consumed by Aja Barber. I'm not reading it as fast as I would have liked. I actually started this back in kind of February, March, and I'm only about halfway through. I'm going through it quite slowly, but it is fantastic. So it's called Consumed: The Need for Collective Change, Colonialism, Climate Change, and Consumerism. So just some really small topics there, nothing too heavy.
Yes.
But I'm really enjoying it. It's a great read for anyone that's interested in what we can do better in terms of fast fashion and consumerism, and how the clothes that we wear have such a massive impact on people, on planet, on profit. But I think the reason why I'm enjoying it the most, actually, and one of the reasons why I'd really recommend it, is Aja's personality just absolutely shines through. It's such an engaging read. It doesn't really almost feel like a book. It feels like there's someone just chatting to you through these quite heavy topics. So it's a really good read, and I absolutely recommend that if those huge areas are topics that interest you.
They absolutely do interest me, Amy. So that's going top of my list of things I haven't got yet but still need to read. There's already a list of books I've got and haven't read yet. There's always long lists of books, but yeah, fabulous. That's really helpful. And yeah, really kind of useful links there between climate and consumerism and colonialism. All of those things all start with C, all kind of playing into like how the work we do as well, and the kind of work YCare's involved in around the world. Certainly, one of the things we've talked about a lot is how do we do this kind of work without some of the baggage of colonialism from previous generations, and indeed still present today. So yeah, sounds like a really helpful read. Thank you. We're nearly there. Last one on care, ends with E. Everyone can make a difference. Can you give us a suggestion or two, perhaps, for how people listening in today could help tackle poverty and injustice?
Yeah. So I think that I'm going to give Consumed another shout out. There are some practical ways in there that people can kind of engage with these issues, but also do things differently in their own lifestyle to help tackle injustice, the huge injustice that people are facing across the world. But on a kind of YCare related level, I think that the one thing that would be really great is we want you to say hello. We want you to get in touch, and if you are inspired by the work YCare does, and if you have a heart for young people, and how much change young people can make in their communities through movements across the world, we want to hear from you, because we've got lots of exciting things up our sleeves that are going to be coming on YCare in the coming months ahead. And so we want you to be involved in that. We want to know that you're ready and willing to kind of get involved in this work alongside us. And there's loads of ways you can do that. You can give us a shout on our social medias, which are at YCareInt. You can drop us a message on info@ycareinternational.org. You can get involved in these comments. You can say hello. You can say, this is something that I'm really excited about. So I think my kind of get involved advice is, keep an eye on where we are, because we've got lots of exciting things coming up that we can't wait to share.
Fab. Thank you, Aimee. And as if right on cue, you said say hello. Becca says hello. Hello, Becca. And hello to everybody tuning in today. It's as easy as that. You see, just get in touch. We want this to be a family space where we can kind of share together about what we're all up to. So yeah, thank you for that, Aimee, and hopefully lots of folks at home, you'll think about getting in touch with us, or perhaps recommending that somebody else gets in touch with us. You know, if you're involved in the YMCA family, if you're involved in a local community group, if you're involved in a church, those are all places that we want to come and be able to share some of what YCare is up to with them. So please do find us on social media, or you can get in touch directly with us and with me at tim.baker@ycareinternational.org if you want me or my team to come and visit you. Thank you, Becca. And yeah, exactly. This is something I'm really excited about. Thanks, Becca. That's really nice. And Rahana's saying hello as well. Thank you. Thanks, Rahana. And it was good to have Rahana on last month's YCare Live. You can still watch that by scrolling back through our social medias to find that one. Thanks, Aimee, for answering the wide-ranging questions that come with
So broad.
YCare, with finding a way to make YCare into a thing that asks questions. Is kind of final one, I guess, from me really is just, what are you most looking forward to in the future? You know, this is an exciting time at YCare. We're doing lots of reviewing of strategy and thinking about what the next 3, 5, 10 years might look like for us. Is there something in there that you particularly want to kind of get excited about?
I think I'm particularly excited about looking at how we can, like that kind of referred to a moment ago, young people have a lot to say, and we look to young people all the time to almost rely on young people to be making some of those changes and to be most vocal about some of those changes. I think the climate movement is an absolutely prime example of that. The young people are well and truly at the forefront of making change there. And so I'm really excited looking towards the future about how we can get young people's voices front and center of what we're doing, and to really drive on with that work, and to and to find different ways of making those voices heard through the work of YCare, and making sure that there's opportunities for people to talk to each other and listen to each other, and just keeping young people right at the heart, I think, is something I'm really looking forward to working on the next couple of months.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that all sounds really great, and hopefully something that we can all get excited about, as well as Aimee being excited about it. And you at home, folks, let us know in the comments. Get in touch with us after this video's gone out. Drop us an email. Tell us what's exciting you, what you're most looking forward to. Tell us about your motivations and what gives you hope at the moment. We want to carry on this conversation. But in the meantime, thanks very much, Aimee. It's great to have you on.
It's been my pleasure. I've really enjoyed it, and I also need to give Rahana a shout out. I saw how she referenced stories there, and I was really enjoying that little reference, Rahana. But yes, it's been lovely to be here this morning.
This still morning. Yeah. Fab. Thank you, Aimee. See you soon. And so just a final reminder to all of you at home to stay in touch with us. It's really good to have Aimee with us, and a big thank you to our today's guest for sharing some of her story with us, the Lady of Stories and Harmony, as we can now call her. Aimee Nott, our head of comms and advocacy, and just a reminder to all of you to get in touch, to share the stream, to find out a bit about what YCare's doing and how what YCare is up to could support you and the work that you're involved in wherever that is. We'd love to come and be part of that and share that with you. In the meantime, I will say goodbye, and we look forward to being back here next month, the first Friday in June. Look out for us. We'll be here live and sharing more stories, meeting more people, and having that time where we can just give thanks for the hope that keeps us going. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye.